Okay, I always like to wait till I see the little numbers rolling because I don't want to get cut off. And I did broadcast media in college, so I really should know to at least give it three. So, but I'm old and whatever. It is 3:52 p.m. by my clock. I have not called the police yet. I've been puttering around, as you can see behind me. I have, and I have a picture that I wanted to share. Hang on, my ally board, uh, and I'll get into that later. But if if you've got some bitching to do, if you've got some complaining to do about the corruption in your town and nobody will listen, and I mean absolutely nobody, no matter how much evidence you have, um, it's kind of overwhelming. I've actually had people say, well, if everybody's telling you it's not a big deal, then maybe it's not a big deal. And oh, no, no, no. It's a very big deal. The North Adams Police Department tormented and terrorized me. They fucking tortured me. They stripped me of all of my resources, my housing, all kinds of stuff. None of the community agencies would help me. I guess that's called blackballing. Uh, let's look into that a little bit. But whatever with that comment. Um, they left me homeless and penniless in the harsh, cold winter streets to die. I mean, I'm over 3,000 miles away from home. I have been in this Berkshire region for well over 30 years. And up until just a couple of years ago, I could actually say, and I have made absolutely no friends, no friends. As a matter of fact, when the North Adams stuff was going down, someone actually told me, why don't you get your other friends to help or something like that? And I said, I don't have any of those things. You know, like I said, I'm not an agoraphobic. It's not that I have to stay in my house and I'm afraid of people. I just know it's only a matter of time before they hurt you. So my I keep my distance, and my association with the human races, at a bare minimum and far and few in between. I got two young ladies that I help when they need me. I always say I'm here when you need me, and when you don't, I'm fine. So I really am doing all of this alone. Um, but I'm not alone, as I have figured out when I was doing my ally board. See, look, I'm procrastinating with them cops. I know I am, but I'll get back to this. Let's go back to the popo. Um, yeah, let me just call them up. 141344897. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. That's the popo. That is the Pittsfield Police Department. And I have to say, before I press this button, thus far, uh, especially in comparison to the North Adams, I call them police, because that's what they are, friggin' parasites, and I'm not calling it anything different. Um, that's just never going to happen. So, part of me wants to say the only reason why I'm getting away with doing all the crap I'm getting away with doing is because the Pittsfield police have my police report. They have read page 6. I should have had that up here for you guys too. I'm gonna pause and get page 6. Hang on. There was a little glitch there for a second, but whatever. I'm back. I'm back, and I got the police report. So let's go take a look at what I'm bitching about. Uh, so you guys will know on this video, but it's all there if you follow the trail all the way back to the beginning of my rant. Oh, I want to start here because as you can see, this is an official police document. Okay, and I do believe it's against the law to lie on an official police document. And I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I do believe it's supposed to also be illegal if the police don't do anything for a citizen who turns in an official police document. So that's where I'm at with all of this. And I do have the documents, and I'll put a link to it here in the video as well. So as you can see, I let them have it. This is an 8-page police document, a police complaint form, 2 officers, um, and they triggered some stuff that went all the way back in time, and those they have not offered to give me some therapy or nothing, and they know that's true shit that happened because here's page 6 right there. Because when that officer, I want to get a piece of paper. I'll just get the report. I have it right here. When the officer who read my complaint came out, he had it balled up in his hands like this to his face. And I said it before, and I'm going to say it often. It looked like he had tears in his eyes. And he said, "This has got to stop." And what that tells me is this is still going on in North Adams, Massachusetts. There are literally hundreds and hundreds of victims who don't have a voice for this terrorism that's going on right here in the United States of America. The FBI knows about it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to officially say on this video, I believe the FBI is part of it. And my evidence is because when this stuff was going on with me, the FBI was investigating the very man who was trying to rape me. And when I went to the police department, and I have said it before, and you will hear it plenty of times, when I went to the police department to file a complaint, they refused to let me file a complaint against this man. Not only did they refuse to let me file a complaint on this man, but they literally laughed me out of the police station, and that sent me on a tirade. They tried to lock me up in an insane asylum twice. Um, and I said it before, and I'll say it some more. The therapist who was doing the little intake interview with me, after a couple of questions, he just looked at me and said, "You're not insane. You're intelligent. Let me get you your walking papers." And I walked. So, but I do know this much. If he had been on their team, I'm pretty sure to this very day I would be heavily medicated and locked up in a padded cell. I really do. I heard a little bit of my Texas come out with that cell, but whatever. But I want to read it if you haven't read it yet. Once upon a time, I was literally kicked out of an entire town because I refused to suck my slumlord at that time, Charles Rusty Ransford's dick, and the entire town of North Adams did their damnedest to try to help him to get me on my knees. I lost my Section 8 housing, eventually my Social Security. The police called my doctor, and I don't know what they told him, but I was cut off my medication, and the list goes on and on and on. I was left to die homeless and penniless in the harsh, cold winter streets. Since I never dropped to my knees for that old, dirty, fucking, scummy bastard, um, despite everyone's best and despite everybody's best efforts, I'm still alive. I believe I won. And oh, yes, I did. And I'm going to win this game too, bitches. That's just what it is. So get ready for it. So, as you can clearly see, the abusive, unprofessional behavior of this police department will not be tolerated. It most certainly will not. I was told by a therapist that I have military grade heavy combat PTSD from what North Adams did to me. And nobody has ever taken responsibility for that. And that pisses me off. I am a prime candidate for another friggin' Unabomber or some shit like that. I am single. I have no real relatives to speak of, none that I deal with, anyways. Um, I have nothing to lose. They have already taken everything away from me more than once. When when my mother sold me to the drug dealer at the age of 14, legally in a Texas courthouse to a man from Berkshire County, Arthur Joseph Garvey Jr., um, he, he told me that I would never, never get out of the marriage with my children because his daddy was besties with the judge. Now, I'm not going to accuse it to be Judge Rips because I don't, there's a lot of shit, but I know I remember hearing that name thrown around an awful lot. So talk to him about it if you want to. I didn't. I did not. They took my children away from me, despite the fact that the judge himself said, I find you not guilty of neglect or abuse. And right after he says, but we're going to keep them anyways. Who the fuck does that? That's ridiculous. And I did not see my children again until they were 18. Each one of them spent their 18th birthday with me. Okay? That's just what it was because they love me. Now my boy Christopher isn't really my boy anymore because he couldn't spend his 18th birthday with me unless he let the foster parents adopt him. And the only thing he really knows about me are the lies somebody else told him. Um, my youngest son Frankie, he's so screwed up in the head from all the BS. He actually ran away from foster care like at least 3 or 4 times running back home with me. And I told him I couldn't keep him. It broke my heart. I couldn't keep him because then I would be the kidnapper, you know. So he has problems with me for that because he still don't understand that decision, you know. But he actually tried to kill himself, like I said, 3 or 4 times. Well, he ran away 3 or 4 times, and yeah, the last one was a belt around the neck, and I was having nightmares of my children hanging from trees. I didn't know that until years later, until Frankie and I started talking. So that was weird, but I'm all empathic and that sort of stuff. I'm hypersensitive. I'm hypersensitive. So North Adams ruined my family. That's why I knew when this rusty police housing authority bullshit was going on. To save every single little sliver of paper and even Judge Rita, she's in my documents too. I'm going to be uploading the North Adams crap for everybody to see. If they had even a smidgen of that kind of evidence on any one of us, we would never see the light of day again. But these people in Berkshire counties, more specifically North Adams and Pittsfield, Massachusetts, they all the all of them. It's not just the police. It's not just one little city official here or one little agency there. It's all of them. They are a gang of oppressors keeping the people down. And when I was protesting on North Street here in Pittsfield, when I first got started, everybody that walked by me, nothing, they're not going to do anything. Nobody cares. Everybody's had it done to them, and the only thing I got to say to that, well, that's your choice, honey. If you want to bend over and take it, that's all on you. But I most certainly will not. So, yeah. Um, yeah, at the end here, hang on, let me get a little mouse guy. And I know you guys read it, so I'm not going to finish it. What more do you people want from me? I am innocent and I demand my protection from you. I ain't fucking around with those fuckers. No. No, this behavior is not okay. This behavior is continuing. There are hundreds of innocent people out there suffering. Women are being habitually raped in North Adams. They're um, getting some discounts on their rent for no, no. and nobody wants to listen to them. And several people came up to me when I was sitting at the bus stop, you know, doing my thing when I was going through all of this. And like I said, because like I said, you're gonna hear that so much. One woman, she she's she was crying and she was like, I think you're so very brave to be standing up to them, but I know that they're just gonna hurt you. And I told her, the DA told me if I could get one more person to come forward, he might do something about it. And she refused to do that because she knew the first thing that they would do was take her children. And yes, as soon as you tell them no for anything, no, I don't want one of your inbred town men abusing me for the rest of my life. I think I'll be getting that divorce now. Or when you say, no, I'm not going to blow you, you scummy landlord, or any of that, yeah, they will hurt you. They will hurt you some kind of way. And most of the ways are 100% legal. All of the stuff they did to me, no matter if they lied to get it done, it is supposed to be legal according to the FBI. So we're going to be calling them too. See, after 4:10, might as well wait 10 more minutes. No, let's go back to the drug unit of the police. Well, that's what the website comes up on. That's when you click the button, it's right there.
Reach the Pittsburgh Police Department. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's extension, dial it now or press pound for dial by name directory. If this is not an emergency and you would like to report a crime, please press 0. For dispatch, press 1. For records, press 2. For firearms, press.
It's a record. Let's press 2.
Transferring to Records Bureau.
It might be too late. I gotta get an earlier start.
You've reached the Pittsfield Police Department Records and Traffic Bureau. If you need to obtain a copy of a public record or a motor vehicle accident report, please complete a records request form, which you can find located at the Pittsfield Police Department or online at our website, pittsfieldpd.org. For all other inquiries, please leave a message and your call will be returned.
All right, I am not going to leave a message. My phone's been making weird noises. So I'm not gonna delete this, even though I didn't get the call to go through. That's my bad for puttering and playing a little bit. So I'm gonna skip on over to the little there, my allies, and I did get a Google Sites, and I call that the command center. And you know I love my b.link, so that's b.link backslash command center. And I did notice I should be over there. I'm gonna go over there. So you know what's happening here, and I'll do the pointy thing. You know what? I so have a laser pointer. Hang on. I'm gonna pause it and whip that sucker out. Hi, I'm back. Okay, this is what I figured out so far. Um, and I don't have a steady hand anymore. I got the command center, and like I said, b.link backslash command center. Simple. That's my website at Google Sites. All it has right now is 5 videos. So uh, it's a start. I'm sorry, I got Google. That's the brain, and you can ask Google whatever kind of question. Like I said, if nobody's listening to your voice, you have allies. You have allies out there. You could just go on the internet and bitch and bitch and bitch. Even if nobody's listening, it's good for you to just purge that crap, get it out of your system. Don't hold that pain inside. Let it go. And I always say, that there's a creative and a destructive way to purge the pain. The choice is yours. Really, you don't have to grab a gun and go shooting up anything. Uh, find a way to make it fun for you to release that negative energy that somebody else has shoved right up there. I don't know what else to say about that. But let's go back here. YouTube. That's my main little guy right there because that's where all my videos go first. And that's where I'm getting the most attention. So YouTube is one of my lead commanders right there. Uh, I have above above YouTube, I have Patreon, and I have a little thing called Steam It. What is that other one? Oh, that's my Screencast-O-Matic. I can't forget Screencast-O-Matic because that's what I'm using right now to make these recordings for y'all. Oh, or for me, because it's kind of really a log book for me, Captain's log, or in this case, General Nuisance log. Did I even introduce myself this time? Rosemary Patton, aka General Nuisance. Wait a minute. Oh, I am definitely fighting back the extreme corruption in the Berkshires, more specifically North Adams and Pittsfield. Right now, I'm in Pittsfield. That's where they kicked it into high gear, folks, with some simple shit. That's what it was. If they can't be respectful of the law at its simplest form, then there's I don't know how else to explain it, but it is classic Pavlovian conditioning. It's a psychological fact, so to speak, if you want to say so. Well, I did say so. People get used to one thing and they want more, and then they get used to one thing and they want more. That's where ungratefulness comes from. Now, they got these little documents, two simple little documents, one police complaint form and one public records form. And it has been over 6 months, and nobody has gotten back to me about either one of these. And the reason why nobody has gotten back to me about either one of these is because I threw in something that harkened back to over a decade ago, about a decade ago, yes, 2020, for some more extreme abuse in North Adams. Because, like I said, I started this thing 2 or 3 times. This is like take 4, I think. So I don't know what I said, but I'm reiterating. There might be a tab open for you to look at some stuff. But whatever. Money to to fund the war efforts. Patreon, YouTube, that sort of thing. I did put a little fundraiser thing on the Facebook. I don't know how to work it yet. I haven't found it since I did it. But whatever. Facebook is here too because I send everything over to there, and then I send everything over to there, and then I send everything down to there, the Instagram. Now, even though I really don't, I've had these. I will admit I have had these, but I haven't really worked on them or done anything with them because I'm just not a socialite type. I stay at home, I keep to myself, and I do little crafty projects. That's what I do. Yeah, I'm I'm old. Hello, I'm over half a century. Why are they messing with me? Don't they know when you live this long and you're not all scraggly and screwed up looking, you obviously know how to handle your shit? Oh my God. The last name alone, Patton, should have commanded some kind of respect out of these idiots. That's what I just think. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't think, no. That's gone. Over here, I got a URL, kind of a carryover thing, and a direct upload because I learned that sometimes you can just copy and paste the URL and put it up on something, and then sometimes uh, you can't. Sometimes it's got to be yours. It's got to come straight from your machine. So, and they got some little color code things going on. The whole color code system is just beginning. It will evolve, but I do have uh, Daily Motion, VHO, 9gag, and Vimeo. Those are all other video places. And back in the day, when I was a youngin', um, they uh, they only had newspapers and magazines, and you had to pay like 2 cents a word or a letter, or I don't know, but it was expensive to write some information and get it out there for other people to read it. And you're guaranteed that other people were going to find it interesting enough to read was a crapshoot in and of itself. So I will be taking advantage of any freebie spots that is going to let me bitch about all of this. Oh, hell yeah. What else do I have? Oh, over here at the steamit.com, there's a DTube, a D Live, and a D Sound audio is for the D Sound only. Uh, I find it very difficult. I keep getting unknown error. I cannot upload, but many other people are, and uh, and they're making money off of it because unlike YouTube, where you need to have a certain amount of subscribers before your clicks and likes and whatnot start giving you dollars, they start giving you dollars right away. And the dsound.audio is for musicians or even people that just want to go duh, 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 and just make a background noise. Your birds singing, whatever. It's a passive stream of income. Record it, put it out there. Somebody might pay a dime for it or whatever you charge because that's all on you. But any kind of way that I find where you can get free money from just posting, I will share it as often as possible. Did I go? Twitch. Twitch is down here all on its own. Twitch is kind of important to me because, like I said, I am turning this situation into a game. So I am on my quest. And when I was doing my protesting in front of POA 333 North Street here in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, um, I knew in my mind that everybody on the outside thought I was just some crazy lady walking up and down in the snow, in the rain. Oh, I was so heated when I first started out. I did it every day, well, Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Those were their office hours. So those were the times that I was protesting. And I did that every single day without stopping, without taking a pee break, without eating. At first, I didn't even have anything to drink. I just marched up and down for months, up until Corona from January. Um, yeah, I think 26 is, yeah, right, right around the same time I put in those reports. But, and not one single time did the local media report on it, just like that, doing that on the main street of a small city it's a popular place with the tourists, but I won't get into the history of it. Uh, but that they will not let this dirty out. Whatever people, it's going to get out. I'll figure this out. Media was one of my things in college. I have to say a lot has changed since then, but the basics are up there, so it shouldn't be that difficult for me, and I will share. Um, but like I said, back to Twitch. It's important not just because this is a game for me, um, but I want to play a couple of games too because I need to learn how to work the remote controls. It's an old lady thing. It's going to be fun. It'll probably be hilarious for you guys to watch. I will share. um, because I have a drone, and when I got it for myself, yeah, I wanted sky views because I do photography. I am on Guru Shots, and a master too, twice, because I have two accounts, but whatever. Um, so the first time I used it, it went zzz and fell all the way back down because I just don't know how to work the buttons. So I'm going to get a simulator of some sort and play some Twitch stuff with my Screencast-O-Matic or whatever else I figure out. We'll have fun with that. So have fun. I also found Blogger, Tumblr, Pinterest. So there's a lot more that I don't have up there that I haven't gotten to yet. So just because I don't do a video doesn't mean I'm not doing something for my war efforts. Woman artist ranting, because I most certainly am on the war path. uh, but just go to the Google and ask it a question like you would just ask a regular person. You know, similar sites to YouTube. Uh, that's what I typed in, and that's where I got all of these guys here. Um, I have, like I said, the b.link, uh, Web's Best Tools. I love Web's Best Tools. You can actually resize animated graphics. There's a couple other places I don't have up here yet that I found. Banner Snack. That's a good spot for your backgrounds and banners and all those other little things that you need for your websites and stuff. And uh, the button factory. Uh, you could make your buttons all kind of pretty for donate here. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's easy. They're all easy. So far, I'm having fun. I got my little soldiers up there with my allies. This little board over here is going to be for my daily goals for videos or whatnot. And I'll get a little bit more organized as I go. But I am a Virgo, so keeping things neat and tidy is kind of one of my things. I'm a little OCD. By the way, there are 6 soldiers because 6 is the most loving number. And according to Albert Einstein, love is the most powerful energy source in the universe. Well, when he told his daughter that, he said energy force, but I don't like love and force together, so I changed it to energy source. So that's an Albert Einstein thing. If you think about it from a biblical point of view, because I always like to get the biblical point of view on my thoughts when it comes to life and physics and whatnot. But yeah, God is supposed to be love. So yeah, he's supposed to be the most powerful source too. And the 6 being uh, the most loving number. I have a book called The History of Numbers, but you can just Google it, and you can Google 6 symbolism and meaning in the Bible if you want to know any more. 'Cause I don't want any people who people who are have been trained, have been psychologically programmed to believe certain things are wrong or evil because God says them so. Um, Irritate me a little bit. I'm trying to be a little bit more tolerant of that ignorance. But uh, God was supposed to know the end before he created in the beginning. Therefore, he knew everything that is, was, and will be, was gonna be. Um, and one of the things that's supposed to be uh, a rule, a main rule, is never do anything without the God in it. So when I look into physics, I look at it from that biblical standpoint. When I light a candle, I know why and what it means. So there's all kinds of stuff, and I will more than happily, but quite proudly defend my beliefs because I've let them adhere to me uh, because of my life experiences, not because of something else, something someone else told me I was supposed to believe. Okay, so that's my little thing today. Rosemary Patton, aka General Nuisance, making it official. Um, so uh, over and out. Have fun.